Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, part 4. And somebody just messaged me that part 2 didn't load and it's part 1 twice. I'm going to look into that. But this is, we did a half of the star repair. And I started thinking about all day, I've been gone away from the house. Why not just do the half the star from the start? You know, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to still have this one in the picture so we'll know what to do. But then I'm going to take the 3-point curve line, and then first of all, I want to bring in an indexing line, put it in the middle. I've got them turned off, so I'm going to turn on the indexing line. Stars do not center, but they do center left to right. Then I'm going to take the 3-point curve line, and I'm going to go from about right there to right there, and then hold down the control button. And what's good about this, I can see what the center of the star is going to look like. Okay? Now, we need another line, like from there to that node, and we're going to take and delete this line. And I think we got it. So I am going to delete this side. Now I am going to, also need to delete that line. That was what I was missing. I'm going to weld these together. I can either weld them or combine them. I'm going to weld them. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn them into 60 points like we have been doing. Now, if you remember from the previous videos, you don't have sharp corners. So we're going to hit F12 on the keyboard and make this 0. It will do all of them but the top one. Can't really do anything about that because we cut that line off. But we're going to go to Object and turn the outline to an object. That isn't what I wanted. Go to Object and convert the outline to an object. And then I can left click, right click, and you see what I need to do. I need to also, there's a little glitch there because of making the lines thicker. I can take my nodes now with the shape tool and try to stay on that same plane, and you can kind of see it. And then if we would draw a line between the two, we can actually take the virtual segment delete key and delete that side. Now this is a result of that crease in the line. So I'm just going to delete that and see if I can't delete one of those nodes. It did not change the node itself. It did not change the shape that I can see. And that changed it just a hair. But because we're working on half, there's also a lot. Well, what we can do to get rid of that let's take the Smart Fill tool, fill that in, and if you ever have that happen, just delete it, and let's set our nudge factor on like 5 inches, and take our Smart Fill tool, and do it like 3, so remember you did 3 times, and then hit delete, then nudge it back over. I always like to go left click, right click, and then Control D, and get this 2-sided cross, holding down the control button, and it's going to give you that image. Now all we have to do is take that line away, and we're basically done a lot quicker. We still need these two like lines that look like it's not there, and so we need one here and one here. So we're going to take, this one's an easy one. We're going to put a line there. We're going to Control D, and then let's change our nudge factor like to 0.02. And let's nudge that line over. Well, that's not enough. Let's go 0.2. 0.2. Grab that line and nudge it over. We have a duplicate, but we need to make sure that line, and instead of stretching it with the shape tool, because you can't really get it, I'm close enough, but what you really need to do is to, I'll show you on this one. I think it'd be better to use the other two. I'm actually going to use the 3-point curve on this one and put a little bit of a curve to it. And then I'm going to hit the Control D, and I'm going to nudge it down that 0.2. Now, instead of using the shape tool, I can stretch that line and we get that. Now, the only thing I did wrong is I shouldn't have done it before I cut it in half or made it double. So we're gonna take the 2-point line again and put this line back. Then we can take the shape tool, or the, excuse me, smart fill tool and fill that in. Let's change our nudge factor, this time like 10 inches. Let's nudge that out of the way. And by doing that, you get rid of all these lines also. Now let's nudge it back. I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna left click, right click, Control D to make a duplicate, holding down the control button, move that over there, and then take that line away through the middle. I always take the smart fill tool and fill it in, make sure one, I don't have any leaks. And what it does, it seals up and gets rid of all those lines. So now in about half the time, let's turn it white and let's make a black box, just kind of make it look like the original. Go to Object, Order, Backup Page. Let's take away the indexing line, and that is pretty sharp and a lot quicker. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.